welcome to Forza Monthly. Here it's January, everybody. Can we get a round of applause in our studio?
The new Forza Motorsport is reimagining the franchise. It's taking what has made Forza great over the last 15 years and pairing that with great new game concepts.
The cool thing about drifting is that anybody can start drifting. Although I'm doing it on a professional level, and yes, this car is absolutely bonkers, but I'm having the same amount of fun as the kid who's 16 years old who just bought his first car.
As a racer, you basically, you start by getting around the road course and you only get faster. But with drifting, you actually have to learn the art of it before you can really connect the course.
We're always blown away by how creative the community is.
I want to try and do something again, but do something bigger and on a grander scale, make it more logistically difficult for myself.
Horizon Backstage, very cool new feature, gives players a great way to be able to access how to obtain cards. The players and the community and you guys can all vote on what car gets added to Horizon Backstage.
We're going to talk about Forza's involvement in the Special Olympics.
Some really close racing, and there's that urgency to overtake, that want to win. Makes it exciting and makes it enjoyable to watch.
I think that accessibility, we're just scratching the surface, and I'm excited where we can go next. But it also brings teams together in a really cool way and builds empathy, which is the key to making great games in the future.
I realised that that's what gaming could potentially do. It could help children with severe physical disabilities, put them on a level playing field so they can join in with everyone else who play.
Forza Street is going worldwide on mobile devices. Also, the cars you see driving are actually driving with Forza physics, which makes all the cars look, feel meaty, beefy, great audio running on them, all the things you'd expect from a Forza game.
Hey everyone, I had a great time road tripping with Alie in Forza Horizon 4, and I even surprised myself getting a few wins in some of our challenges. A highlight, of course, was meeting some of the Brazilians from the esports community. Zoom and handicap.
We're straight into an important turn and it's all aggression through the kink for Wesley. See that lean angle, unbelievable. That's right, we're gonna watch it again. That was a clutch kick at 100 mile an hour. Beautiful execution there.
So I've made this route here called Forest Frenzy. So you have to pretty much just skirt each tree.
And the excuse me, chaps. I think I crossed that.
We are going to launch a bounty hunter challenge through Forza Motorsport 7, which I'm super excited about. And basically, I'm challenging everybody to try and beat my time. If you do well, there may be some prizes.
I'm Bruna May, and welcome.
I was in the neighborhood getting groceries. Just turned in the wrong driveway, and here I am.
Come on, turn that. Oh my God, can we get some braking here? Come on in, buddy.
Traffic jam.
Trae la ayuda de colisión.
This is a version of Forza Horizon 4, rebuilt, optimized, tuned to the absolute maximum performance to give you the very, very best version of Forza Horizon 4 there has ever been. It's got high fidelity graphics in almost every way you can imagine. It's running at a rock solid 4K 60, and it's just faster performance, faster loading, faster everything. It is awesome. There quite simply has never been a better time to play Forza Horizon 4.
Hello, Forza fans. Welcome to the final Forza Monthly of 2020. It has been a fantastic 11 months, and it was really nice to see all the highlights of the previous 11 months of monthly shows in that little video. But we are not slowing down now. I am Leviathan. We have an amazing show planned for you today. As usual, we're going to kick things off with our friends from Playground Games who have the latest on the Forza Horizon 4 Series 30 update. But there isn't anything usual about this update. There are 6 reward cars, a seasonal Hoonigan event, and the news, which you may have seen alluded to on social media, is a brand new feature in Forza Horizon 4. Following that, we've got Forza Horizon 4 Super 7. And what is Super 7, I hear you ask? Well, you'll just have to wait and see, so don't go anywhere. Then we're going to have more Hoonigan with Hert Eugene Jr. is here to talk about their cracking new Forza-inspired YouTube series, Hoonicorn versus the World. After that, we've got all things Forza Esports with Alie Tacq, including a visit from a familiar face who wants to get one more Rivals event in him before the end of the year. And then we're going to be rounding out 2020 with a little bubbly. Featuring in this month's Community Spotlight by popular demand is the effervescent streamer and content creator Ash. It is a full schedule, so without further ado, let's welcome back our chaps at Playground Games. Hello guys, welcome back, Mike Brown and Dave Alton.
Hey Leah.
Hey.
Hello. Hi guys, how are you guys doing today?
Really good. Yeah, we're back in the studio, so we've managed to escape our respective bedrooms. And,
yeah, I'm not jealous at all, I promise. So it's a jam-packed schedule today and a jam-packed Series 30 update this month. And I know all of us want to know what is Super 7. I'm dying to find out, but we're going to first run through the festival playlist for this month. So tell us more.
Yeah, let's jump straight in then, shall we? So starting at 50% for series completion, you'll get Horizon Backstage Pass. Now, as we know, you can use that to redeem cars that are in the Horizon Backstage. Make sure you go and vote for the cars you want there. At 80%, we have the Fiat Dino. And then moving on to summer at 50%, the Lexus RCF and the beautiful LaFerrari at 80%. For our photo challenge, we have hashtag Ambleside Advent, where you have to take a photo of your car in Ambleside. Now, you might notice there is a T-Rex peeking in the background there. We'll leave it there. We might come back to that later, but just keep an eye out for that and we'll come back to that. Great, moving on. You have the chance to get the HSV GT SR as well as some other cool stuff. But going to our first new exclusive car, it is the Fiat X19. We'll be talking about that later in the stream, but you can win that by completing the Abarth on the Half Seasonal Championship in summer. Moving on to autumn, at 50%, you'll be getting the Formula Drift 777 Corvette, and at 80%, the awesome Ken Block race suit. We also have a brand new weekly Forza-thon, the Gymkhana Special, that's built around the Gymkhana 9 Ford Focus RS RX. For our photo challenge as well, take a photo of any extreme off-road car at the Express North Rail Yard. And a chance here to get the Holden VL Group A in the Flexion Muscle Trial, and we're bringing a showcase remix back where you have the Camaro versus the Train. But we have a brand new exclusive car again here. This is the Hoonigan Bronco, and we'll be talking about that later, but you can get that by completing the Ken Block and Roll Seasonal Championship in autumn. It's a really, really fun car to drive, so make sure you check that out. Moving on to winter, at 50%, you could get the Volkswagen Notchback, and at 80%, the Toyota GT86. For our photo challenge, it's hashtag old acquaintance, and you got to take a photo of your car with another player or driver in Edinburgh. Make sure you put these with the hashtag on social media. We love seeing the things that you create. And a chance here to get the Porsche 356 in the Happy New Year trial. And we're bringing the Showcase Remix back, which has you playing in Aisha's Taxi against the Behemoth as well in Ride to Anywhere. But the Koenigsegg Jesko is here, and you can win that in the Let It Snow Seasonal Championship. This is a car we are so excited to bring to Forza Horizon 4, and we cannot wait to talk about that later on in the stream. So, and at 50%, we have another new car, and that is the Alfa Romeo 155, and at 80%, the Bugatti Divo. The photo challenge is hashtag Ken Blockbuster, and you've got to take a photo of any Hoonigan car. And what's great about this one is the only restriction is the car, so you can take this anywhere in the game and have a lot of fun with that one. Again, another chance here to win the Hoonigan Porsche in a Retro Racing Green trial. And last but not least, a whole other load of cars there. We've got things like the Porsche 718, the Hoonigan Escort, and also the Ken Block helmet, which goes very nicely with the suit you saw in autumn. It's just like your screen, but the monthly rivals will have you racing in the Koenigsegg Jesko as well. So yeah, really, really exciting stuff.
So as we're actually live right now, a little bit of a novelty to be having some live gameplay. I think we should have up close and personal look at some of those reward cars. So you just mentioned the Koenigsegg Jesko. So should we look straight at that one? Have a little tour.
Yeah, so here we are in Forza Vista. Yeah, so exciting to have this car in the game. This was unveiled at the Geneva International Motor Show in 2019, and it's the successor to the Agera RS. So it's kind of taken all the things that made the Agera great, but improved on that as well. So we've got a redesigned 5-litre twin-turbo V8 engine, and that actually produces different brake horsepower depending on the type of fuel you use. So if you're using standard gasoline, you'll get about 1,280 brake horsepower. But if you use E85 biofuel, you will get 1,600 brake horsepower. So there's an incentive for you. You know, if you want to do things better for the environment, you will get a faster car, which is really cool. What I love about this as well is it's road legal. It's like you would look at this kind of thing, how? But yeah, it is, and it's an absolutely beautiful car. This was actually named after the father of the CEO of Koenigsegg, called Jesko. So the fact that the name was, there's so much behind the name, you can just tell there's going to be so much love that is poured into this car. So yeah, really exciting. Another cool thing about this is it's got a new 9-speed Koenigsegg light-speed transmission. And what cars have done prior to this is when you want to go from, say, gear 2 to gear 6, you have to manually work your way through step by step. Whereas the Jesko actually predicts the best gear for the player to go into as you're driving and automatically goes there. So it's kind of a real synergy of the car and the driver talking to one another to get the most power, which I think is really, really cool and shows how engineering art can come together to create such a cool car.
The future.
And as we said, this is unlocked at 50% in winter as well. So yeah, super fun.
Yeah, it's an absolute stunner. And as you can see, it is ridiculously fast. But exceptional grip as well. It's actually quite drivable. I mean, I'm probably going to crash it in a moment, but it's
don't jinx it.
More drivable than some of the other high-performance Koenigsegg. And I guess that comes from the fact you mentioned that it is actually road legal.
Yeah.
And it feels like you probably wouldn't drive it like this on a public road normally, but it does feel like it handles okay.
Yeah.
As I say, you probably want to avoid crashing into the central reservation like I just did, but under normal circumstances, it is quite a good performant racing car.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
And it has a bunch of cup holders, which we noticed earlier.
It
So,
does,
style and substance.
While I'm driving. I can't
It's got everything.
Yes, but from Forza Vista, you can see that it is well equipped with beverage holders.
That's all that matters. So a second reward car that we've mentioned is the 1975 Fiat X19. So
Let's jump into that.
Have a look at that.
Look at us like live jumping into the car. It's great.
I know, it's so exciting. And it's so speedy as well.
Yeah.
Thanks to the awesome power of the Xbox Series X, we can load into these cars in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so this is the 1975 Fiat X19.
Not quite as fast.
Not quite as fast, but it's still very, very cool. It's got pop-up headlights, which we love. So this one has around 61 brake horsepower, so it's very, very different to the other one. But what's really cool about this, and we should probably jump back into Forza Vista actually, is the engine is in the middle. And what's great about that is it allows the weight distribution to be evenly spaced between the rear and the front of the car. So you get a lot of great balance on that. And let's have a look.
It's not there where you might have thought it would be. It's actually here.
It's actually here.
Dun, dun, dun. With boot space as well.
It's a super practical car.
Yeah.
Given how teeny it is, you've got storage here. Get some golf clubs in there. You've got space here for a picnic basket.
Exactly. What I love about this as well is it's actually got a targa top that can be taken off and put into the bonnet in real life. So yeah, it's super
practical. Great job, Fiat.
Yeah. All the way back in 1975, they had solutions to the problems. Yeah, it was great.
Built for the British day
so
out.
this can be unlocked by completing the Abarth on the Half Championship in summer.
Cool.
Great.
What's the next one? Let's look at there.
Yeah, no, that looks. Just gonna see if we're gonna get back on the road or if we want to move on to the next reward car.
Let's take it to the drag strip. Yeah.
All right. It might take us a little while to get there. It's not as quick as.
See her in action.
Set your reminder for 5 minutes.
It's trying its best.
Very cute car.
So the notes I have here said it has a maximum of 110 miles per hour. I don't think we'll hit that here.
I doubt. You
we might hit the front
I believe.
tailwind. Might need 70. We might hit 70.
Go.
Come on, little car.
God.
75.
Just give it
Come on,
your best belief.
There you go.
76. There you go. Not bad. And I can almost slam on the brakes to not drag off into that field like I almost every other car. So.
Like the Esco would just totally just plough through and hit that tree that's conveniently placed there.
There you go. Great. All right. Well, let's have a look at the next reward card. Then we've got the 1992 Alfa Romeo 155 Q4.
Oh yes, let's. Okay. So this one is a really cool Alfa. It marked the first car that Alfa produced after they were purchased by Fiat. And some versions of this car, in fact, most versions of this car, people didn't like that much because it was a change for Alfa. Instead of being rear-wheel drive, they switched to front-wheel drive, and people felt that that was kind of a betrayal of the Alfa DNA. This version, though, is all-wheel drive, which doesn't have that problem. It's got a 2-litre turbo engine. It makes about 190 horsepower for a top speed of about 140 miles an hour. It was also appeared in a few different racing series, or at least a version of it did. In fact, I'll jump over to the festival to talk about that a little more. Because it appeared in British touring cars and I think the Italian touring cars, that meant that it had to be homologated, so they had to make a road legal version of the racing car. And because of that, it has a couple of really awesome body kits. So you can jump in here. So if you bought the car in one of these homologated versions of it, it would have come looking pretty much like you see here. And then in a separate box, they would have handed you a body kit that you could then go and have attached yourself. So I think that's the Italian one, isn't it? That's the
cool.
The Italian touring cars is that one. It's got a really big splitter on the front, a really gnarly looking splitter on the back, with a little box around the exhaust as well.
So cool.
For the BTCC, it was this one, I believe, which again looks pretty darn cool. You stick a wing on there as well. Again, choice of wings. I think it's that one that goes with this kit. I'll go buy it. Yeah. Nice little bump in performance there, and the car suddenly looks a heck of a lot cooler.
Looks really cool. Yeah.
It's like a new car.
Yeah, I mean that is just great how sometimes the body kits can be completely transformative. They can take a car that looks like a kind of reasonably performant executive saloon car that you might see out on the road to an actual track beast.
Yeah.
So what was it, 75 that we did in the Fiat? But
you'll be able to beat that now, I reckon.
76.
I think we'll be 75 before we even
Let's
get to there.
fair.
You did upgrade it, yeah.
Oh, I've beaten already.
All right.
Easy.
Easily good.
Easy. Not quite. 95. Nice. Where do you unlock this one, Dave? I forget. Is it spring?
It is spring, yes, 50%.
50% in spring gets you the Alfa 155 along with those body kits. Again, awesome car. Really great engine. Really nice for its time as well. That 0 to 16 in about 6 seconds. Top speed of 140. Pretty decent performing car to think that it came out in like 92. So
yeah. Unless you like me, you'd think the 90s were just 10 years ago still.
But what? Don't tell me that they weren't, Leah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, and finally, as promised, we have the Hoonigan Bronco. So let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so the Hoonigan Bronco, Hoonigan are just a really fun, the things that they do where they take a car and just have a load of fun with it. And we see that here with the 1974 Ford Bronco. So this is actually Ken Block's wife's car. And you can unlock this by completing the Ken Block and Roll Championship in autumn. What I love about this car is it's really fun to take off roads and sort of jump over things and do danger signs. And that's actually what they've done with it as well. There's a video online where it jumps over a McLaren 720S. And you look at that and think, this is perfect for Horizon for all those kind of reasons. So yeah, a really fun car that we think you really enjoy playing. It's got 435 brake horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. But when you consider the actual weight of this car and like how big it looks, to go to 0 to 60 in 7 seconds is really, really impressive. So it must be such a fun thing to drive in real life, as it is in Forza Horizon 4. It's got a slew of upgrades. We've got the supplied 5-litre Coyote Crate V8 engine. We've got 1552 wheels with Toyo tyres and a 6-speed automatic there as well. So yeah, have a lot of fun with this one. Let's see what we can do on the drag strip. This is.
So when you say it's Mrs. Watt's car, I want to believe that like he just like took it down to the shop and was like bang a few upgrades in there.
Go wild.
So don't show anyone.
111, so fastest one yet.
Nice.
Fastest one yet. We haven't used the Esco yet, but.
That's cheating, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I did go down on the Esco. It was over in the blink of an eye. You might not.
Oh, really? Did you? Yeah, I think
realise you've been on the drag
that's
strip.
what's so exciting about our this update is that we've got such a wide range of cars and all different types of driving experiences, and that's what Forza Horizon is all about. That freedom to just get in any car that you want to drive and just have a lot of fun with. So yeah, it's super cool.
Absolutely.
And,
yeah, there truly is just something for everyone.
Cars, oh, sorry, there, go on.
No, you go.
I was just going to say we've got a couple more cars a little later on the update, but
yeah, we
over
do.
to you, Leah. What's next to look at?
We'll get to those. Yeah, we'll get to those. Well, we'll have more on the Hoonigan in a bit, but now I really want to know more about Super 7, and I'm sure you guys do as well. So have a little look at this. Free game mode as well. I mean, please tell us more straight from you guys. What is Super 7?
Well, yeah, I mean, there is quite a bit to show. There's quite a lot to take in, I think, in that little trailer. It might be easier if we show you rather than tell you. So I'm going to hand over to Dave, and Dave can start us on the tour of this feature, of which there are quite a few parts to try and take in.
Yes, so as part of this feature, you can create your own challenges and share them with your friends. So I'm going to do that now. You can create a challenge anywhere on the road network. You do that through the pause menu or in free roam. And at this point, you have a selection of different challenge types that you can make. So we're going to go for a speed trap one because we're on the motorway. It feels quite cool. We're in the ESCO, so let's go for that. I'm going to set this speed trap here. So the ESCO is great. It's probably not the best to drive in winter, even though you can unlock it in winter. And I think, who put that there? Maybe me. And so we're going to change it to summer. And at this point, when you're making your challenge, you can really customize the kind of experience you want just through these settings here. So I'm going to go turn off traffic and go from there. At this point, it's going to ask me to select some music. Now, something I think is really cool with the way we have, such a wide range of music is you can really match the music to the gameplay. So we're driving a fast car, it's a speed trap. Let's put some fast music in. So Hostile Records, drum and bass feels good. I love this song, Caffeine by Urban Dawn. It kind of perfectly sums up the experience that I want to create. So at this point, I'm now going to be setting the score for my my challenge card. So let's do that now. So at this point, I drive to the speed trap that I've just set, and the score that I hit will be the score for the challenge that other people will play as well. So where are we? Let's do that now. So as you can see, we changed season. Just lovely little speed trap.
This is lovely, Dave, but where's all the dinosaurs and stuff?
So we've seen this before, right? We've seen this before.
We've done speed challenges before. Come on, give us something new.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it again. Right. So what we've done is we've added a new tool called Blueprint Builder. And what that does at the press of a button is I can detach the camera from the car and sort of fly around the world, adding stunts, scenery, and objects to my challenge. For example, I can now add, if I want to, I can add a ramp, which instantly changes the experience, makes it more interesting and fun. I have the option to sort of increase the height or decrease the height. I can rotate it, I can pitch it. If I ever get lost, I can just hit the right stick and it will reset it back to where it was. So it's let's add this jump here, maybe just slightly further away from the bollards there. And I want to direct people into this, so I'm just going to put some chevrons to tell the player, hey, this is a ramp, go into it. So
just in case
what we want players to do is
game design in action there, folks.
Game design in action, yeah. And, so what I'm doing now is I'm actually test driving the things that I've added. So there's no time limit and I'm free to go in and out of Blueprint Builder as much as possible. And here you go. I've just jumped over a ramp that was never there before. This is a Forza first. I've gone into the world and I've added a ramp and I've just driven over it. So really, really cool stuff. And I think just to make this a bit more exciting as well, let's add a bit of a weaving challenge to this as well. So I'm gonna make the Lego left.
So while you set that up, I've got a few questions while you set that up. So this is you're setting up your own challenge right now, your custom challenge. But why is it called Super 7?
Yes. Okay, so I'll take that one. So this is the challenge creator, where any player can come in and just set themselves up a custom challenge. They can share that with their friends using the share code system. It will automatically it'll appear in other people's worlds, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. But all of these challenges that players create then feed into a feature that's called the Super 7, which is almost like a gauntlet of challenges that you have to take on, where you'll have to complete 7 challenges back to back. And if you can complete those 7 community-created challenges, then you'll get an awesome exclusive reward.
Amazing.
Dave here showing off the cloning feature.
Yes, the cloning of feature with the T-Rex. I told you.
Dinosaurs.
I told you the T-Rex.
You're going to get sued by Universal.
Wait a second. Stop the stream. So it's really easy to just kind of make another instance of what you're creating. So if I wanted to create another dinosaur, I hit Y and it just creates another instance of that dinosaur. So here we have a lovely quartet chorus of T-Rexes in the challenge, because why wouldn't you do that?
And it'll really increase the sensation of speed, Dave.
Yes,
and
exactly.
of course, make you want to go faster, so you don't
and
get
fear.
Eaten by a T-Rex.
Exactly.
And I noticed you're putting these dinosaurs down, but it's not actually adding to your budget at the top, which is quite interesting. You've got 6 dinosaurs now.
So the way the budget works, obviously there is a hard limit of memory, and so everything you do add will increase the prop budget, sometimes by a lot, sometimes not by a lot. So if you ever add another instance of the same object, it's actually uses your budget a lot less, which is why you're seeing it not go up.
Yeah, so the first T-Rex would have been a reasonable chunk. Every subsequent T-Rex is not very much at all. So if you're wanting to build a big structure out of ramps, then reusing the same asset multiple times is a very efficient way to do that.
Yeah, I'd say for people who are making challenges, that is the most efficient way to get more bang for buck, is to use a smaller set of props, and you can take them sort of a lot further. Let's add my go-to T-Rex Ferris wheel combo.
A classic.
Yeah. I pretty much put this in every challenge, just like my signature. There you go.
Your calling card.
That is it, yeah. It's made by me when there's T-Rex on a Ferris wheel. So whenever I'm done and happy with it, I have to set a new score for my challenge, and that's just to prove that what I've made is actually can be completed. I'm going to let Mike do that. So
okay.
Okay.
This is now
fingers crossed.
This is now a review of Dave's challenge here. I'll be assessing out whether or not it's fun.
A stamp of approval.
This is a live peer review right now. Yeah. So there you go. So at this point, Mike is setting the score for his challenge card there.
Okay.
These kind of archways are a really good way of guiding the player towards like checkpoints if you wanted to maybe go slightly further away from the driving line.
Yeah, quite a few player experience tools there, haven't you, that you've added in just to help guide people, as you say, which is nice. For people to play with.
Exactly. And there you go. So you set a speed of 251 miles per hour. So at this point, when you're happy with it, you could set a new score if you wanted to. You have to give it a cool name.
I'm going to call it Dino Dash, Dave.
Dino Dash. Okay. That was a good one,
Very
because there are
good.
dinosaurs. And so here you can see kind of a brief snapshot of the challenge card that you've created. And you can see it's actually created an automatic description, but you can edit that. And kind of, we see that as a way for players to give more context to the challenge that they're making. So, we'd recommend people do have a lot of fun with that to really kind of set the player up for the kind of experience that they want to make.
Speaking of that, what would you say makes a good challenge in your eyes?
Yeah, so I think the best thing to do is to think about the player experience who is playing your challenge. And there are a lot of things that you can change to really craft an emotional experience from the player. You've got the season, you've got the time of day, you've got the weather. Those three things alone can really change the emotion of a challenge. It could be, if you driving down the motorway in winter at nighttime is a completely different experience to spring in a much slower car.
And then in the forest with a bit of fog at dawn,
Exactly.
suddenly it's really spooky.
Yeah.
Some of the music from the classical station can really add to that like kind of spooky nature as well. There's little tweaks you can make that can really add a real atmosphere and feeling to your challenge that wouldn't just be there normally. One of the great things as well is that when someone takes part in your challenge, they have to do it in your car as it was set up at that exact moment, including livery, including tune. So in our Dino Dash Dodge Dem Dinos, if we'd perhaps put you in a Jeep, we could have stuck a Jurassic Park livery on there. I'm not saying you have to go and do that, but you could. We couldn't stop you. There's loads of fun stuff you can do. Another one as well is that your character will appear in the opening cinematic of the challenge, dressed as you were when you created the challenge. So if you wanted to make a Christmas challenge, you could put on the Santa suit and Santa hat, and then maybe, I think the suggestion you had before was Santa can't deliver the presents to Edinburgh for some reason. So you must do that, and that is a challenge that you could fashion that out of that character, the kind of text that you're able to put in here to give that little bit of description, to have that little bit of flavour.
Yeah, really Santa needs a supercar. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I'm sure the community, we've seen how creative they are in the community spotlights. I can't even imagine the depth that the community is going to be able to go to create such well-rounded experiences. It was quite exciting to see this.
Yeah, we are super excited to see it. And you can see, so Mike is playing back the challenge. The cinematic will show the person who made the challenge talking to the player who is taking part. In this case, is why they're both the same. So when you're making your challenge, dress your character up. I've got the chicken suit at the moment. That's kind of rocking that. So every challenge is the chicken suit. And so it's going back to what you're saying about the whole deliver presents to Edinburgh. It changes a destination drive into an experience, and I think that's something we're sort of keen to look out for when people make challenges, is to really think about what kind of experience you're crafting. And here it's kind of a very fast but fun race to do a speed trap, but it's adding some dinosaurs in there because that's what you do. Yeah.
Okay. So how would a player find a challenge and take part in that challenge?
Yeah, so there are multiple ways to find challenges. They're actually going to be added to Player's World in free roam. I don't know if you can open the map and have a look. So when you play the game, you'll start to see your world being populated with challenges that are made by your friends. Maybe they're new stuff, maybe they're stuff that's really cool. You can see one I've just made. It's very hard. I would not recommend playing that one. I made it too hard. That's one thing actually I would recommend, is to add a bit more time to your challenge when you're making it. So that's always a really nice way to make a challenge.
All right, so I'm going to jump into this one by Alie the Terrible. He's one of our UI artists.
He is.
Haven't played this before. Could be anything.
He is good at making challenges. So let's
complete the Gymkhana course and nail a big finish. All right, Alie, let's see what you got for us.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
So every time you load up the game, these will just be scattered around your world, and you can go and just drive up to them and see what they are. And just so far, we've had a few people already in playing the game. We've had a lot of people on the team playing it. It's just really surprising each time. You never quite know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's pretty awful, but a lot of the time it's really, really exciting and interesting because, well,
here you
let's
go.
see what Aide's done for us now.
Jump
Here we go.
target distance. Okay.
Right.
Right. So it's going to be an obstacle course.
I mean, straight away you can see how convoluted it can get immediately. I'm sure people's brains are like, the cogs are turning right now. Like, okay.
I think when I make a challenge, I will just always have to add a T-Rex. Even if it's just a distance, I just have to add a T-Rex.
The signature.
So here's a danger sign. So what did I get? 114.
Oh.
Yes, there you go.
All right.
So these will be added to your world, but there's another way to play challenge as well, and that's through the Super7. So why don't we
take a look at that? The titular Super7, the thing we've been talking about all the way through, without actually showing you.
Yeah.
Aid a like.
Just in the back, the
that
elephant.
was very good. Yeah, well done, Aid.
Yes, so Super7 accessed via the pause menu, or there is a locator in the world, isn't
Yes, there is,
just outside the festival. You pop in here, you hit on it, and then you will be challenged. You'll be given 7 challenges. You can't see what these 6 are yet. You have to complete the first one before you can see them. And you can get an awesome reward. At the moment, it's a wheel spin, but there will be other awesome rewards in there that you can get from time to time. That'll be different next week.
That will be different when the season changes over.
Live,
yeah. We've got some cool cars in there, including the disco chicken suit as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this one is by Freelance Police. That is Tom Butcher, who's previously been on these streams. It's called Shoot for the Stars. If you can dream it, you can do it. Take the gremlin to the stars. I'm expecting big things. It could literally be anything. But let's take a look.
If you can dream it, you can do it. That's very inspirational. So let's hope this is a very inspirational challenge.
This is live gameplay, and we are not in control of the things that appear in it.
I, for one, am very excited.
Single bead of sweat running down Tom's face right now. Not that one. No, this one. Oh, this looks cool. This looks really cool.
Okay, so there's Tom.
It's like you say. It's all dark, and he's got the light up archways, which looks very cool and atmospheric.
Yeah, it's a really these are really fun assets. Very colourful and bright.
144 meters, not too fast. Let's see how we do.
The Ferris!
That looks really cool.
Oh, look at that! The Ferris wheel.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Wow.
Okay, so I continue. Get my stuff. Cool.
On to the next challenge.
Yeah, sure, we like it.
Yeah,
Tom.
Challenge was good.
And again, it's one from
it's one for me. This isn't planned. This is not planned.
We were literally crossing our fingers. Could have been anything. Could have easily been a test challenge. It's been good.
I think this has a Jurassic Park livery on it.
Amazing.
As we were saying.
There's a theme here, isn't there?
This could have gone
live TV, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It might not be as good as the one we just played, though. So.
I've got very high expectations.
Let's see.
Well, this looks a bit questionable, to be honest, Dave.
Yeah. I think it's one of the first ones I made. I made it in a bit of a hurry. So you kind of see, there's lots of props at the beginning, I kind of just, towards the end, it kind of just,
Well, maybe it's making excuses now.
Yeah. But, hey, the song is called Safari Song because you're on a Dino Safari, huh? Huh?
You don't have to go through there.
You don't have to go through there. There's lots of dinosaurs. I can see that is the only thing I've got going for this challenge. Some dinosaurs.
So let's say we fail this challenge right now. Do I have to go back to challenge 1, or can I just keep trying until I complete it?
You can keep trying until you complete it. There's sort of no penalty for failing a challenge. You can do it as many times as you like. And as well, if you don't like the challenge you've been given, you can actually what we call burn the challenge card. Oh, so this is live. You're testing my challenge live.
Disaster.
I feel like I was supposed to be going that way, really, Dave.
Yeah. So
there's no clue here that I'm supposed to sort of edging it to the right. In fact, that arrow was pointing me to the left, which is the direction I went when I fell off.
Yeah, you can't. So Mike has the option to dislike this. He can dislike this and I will totally accept that when you dislike. That is totally fine. So yeah, going back to what I said, if you don't like the challenge you've been given, you can we call burn it, and it will just give you a new challenge. So if there's one that's too hard, or you just don't like, or you just don't want to do it, maybe you're not into drift driving, or there's something that you'd rather do something else, you can just burn the challenge card and away you go. There you go, Dino Safari. I thought that was pretty magical, but
magical is one word for it. Yep.
If you liked it or not, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Unique.
So I saw you say that you can just keep trying as many times as you want, but what happens if you want more of a challenge?
Right, yes. So you may have noticed this when we were in the pause menu only a moment ago, but we'll jump back in there. So there is Super 7. Oh, I have to back out of this. It's another one from you, Dave.
Another one from me.
It's like you and Tom are the only people making challenges.
It's like I planned this. Yeah.
Right. So there's the normal Super 7, which is the mode we were just looking at. That allows you as many retries as you want. It allows you to burn a challenge if you think it's too tricky, you don't enjoy that particular type of challenge. Down here, marked as coming soon, which will be with us in the new year, is Super 7 High Stakes. This is where it'll be challenges that are tougher to beat, that have a kind of, we've seen on the back end, that have a lower completion percentage, and you'll have a limited number of lives and a limited number of burns that you can use throughout that playthrough. But you'll also have the opportunity to earn much more exciting and exclusive rewards. So the stakes are indeed high in Super 7 High Stakes, as we will see in the new year.
Lovely. And we'll talk more about a couple of reward cards in a second, but very quickly, I wanted to just talk about any limitations that you guys have come up against while designing this.
Yeah, I think it's key at this point that we maybe even mention why this feature exists. And the truth is, this feature exists because as a team, we are just always excited and inspired by the pretty incredible stuff that you guys are able to make every time we add a new UGC feature to the game. And when we were making this feature, and it's a pretty big undertaking to retrofit something like this into a game that came out a couple of years ago, a game that wasn't really made for it in the first place. And that posed us some challenges, some difficulties about where we placed the restrictions, what we let you see, what we let you do. We chose to place as few restrictions as we could. As you can see, there's a budget, which is just the game will stop running if you go over that because you'll run out of memory. But in terms of how high you can go, how many ramps you can place up and build into the sky, we didn't want to place any restrictions, and that then means you can kind of get a peek behind the curtain on how the game's made. So as you saw when we're down at street level, Edinburgh looks kind of photorealistic. It looks like the real Edinburgh. Once you get above the roofs, once you're up, like, I don't know, not even that high, maybe 15 meters there. The illusion is somewhat shattered. And you can see that those buildings haven't got anything behind them. Nobody lives there. I'll tell you the truth. They're not real.
Can't believe this.
And yeah, so we had a lot of discussions internally about whether we should let you see this or whether we should clamp the camera to the ground and maybe just exclude all of the cool challenges you'd be able to make if you could get up this high. And we elected to let you do it, to not put any restrictions on there, to let you just build ramps up into the sky, to see the not that attractive view that you get when you peek behind the buildings of Edinburgh. In the distance, you can see that the world is not drawing. That is our streaming system at work. So our streaming system is, for our game, or for our type of game, one of the best, if not the best, there is in the industry. When you're at road level, traveling at 300 miles an hour, our streaming system is brilliant, and it loads high quality assets extremely quickly so that you can have a really beautiful world like this as you're driving around it in the fastest cars in the world. But it wasn't made for flying up in the air, which is why when you fly up vertically, and you can sometimes see this actually in game anyway, if you take a massive jump off a danger sign, you'll sometimes see this occur. But now we're kind of letting you fly vertically whenever you want. And that means that you can see stuff like that, which honestly doesn't look great. But we felt the benefits for a tool like this, for the creativity that will allow people, we thought the benefits outweighed the fact that you can kind of break the game a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, you've pretty much added an entire mini game into what is already a game. So I think it's expected, and it's really cool that you've given everyone the freedom to do what they want, really, to create whatever they want.
So it's not a bug when you see that. That is very much game working as intended. It's just when we made the game, we ever really intended for you to fly vertically. But now that we have done that, we've kind of had to live with the streaming system that we've got. But I think the benefits of it you'll see really quickly when you start to use the tool are pretty great. The other thing that you may well run into when you're in this creative view is a thing that you won't actually see, but you might well experience, which is around Edinburgh, around the festival, there are quite a lot of invisible walls. They're there intentionally. They are there because our game is it's an E for everyone in the States. It's a 3+ in Europe, and that is great. That is a great thing. And that means that we have to put these barriers around the place so that you can't accidentally smash your car into the crowds, something that would prevent us from being an E for everyone or a 3+. And we think it's really important for Forza, for the franchise, and for car culture all up, that we're able to go and speak to those young players, those young people that are just starting to find that love for cars, find that love for racing, and bring them into a game like this. So it's really important to us that those barriers are there. It does mean when you're using this feature, you might bump into them, and you kind of have to feel it out a little bit to find out where they are. It's wherever you would see pedestrians while you're playing normally are places where you can't go into once you're in this mode.
There we go. So invisible walls, holes in the ground, very deliberate. We know about them.
As designed. As designed, not a bug.
Everything's working as intended. So
and I
really
think
quickly.
we show it here, and it looks kind of bad. I think once you're actually seeing the challenges people create, you'll realize that it's totally worth it. Having that freedom to create stuff is absolutely worth it.
Absolutely. And real quick, we mentioned 2 extra reward cars through Super 7. So should we just have a quick look at those?
Yeah, let's jump into those. So you can earn, we'll jump into it. So the Super 7 has its own campaign sort of thread, and we jump to that now. We can see as you earn influence, you earn some sort of standard rewards, wheel spins, money, but also some very exciting cars, including the Austin 7 and the Triumph TR7. These are both new to Forza, super exciting cars. And I think what I love about this, again, in this update, having a Jesko and a Austin 7 in the same update, it just shows just how much variety we have in our games.
That is 4 brand new to Forza cars in this update. That is
wow.
And a brand new to Forza feature, which is Blueprint Builder. So
many new
very
things.
Exciting.
And both of these cars have 7 in their name as well, which is just
lovely,
isn't it?
They do. The Austin 7, the Triumph TR7. It was just that perfect synergy. We couldn't pass it up.
It was very much like they got the number 7 in their name. Super 7. Hang on a second. we got magic here. And this is
so this one is the Austin 7, a real historic classic piece of British motoring and history, really. One of the most important cars in British motoring history. Much like the Ford Model T kind of brought motoring to the masses in the US, it was the Austin 7 that did the same in the UK. This Austin had been around for a while, but a lot of their cars have been expensive, they've been large, they've been for people that have a bit of cash. This was their first attempt at making a car for the normal person. It originally came about because the government introduced a tax on horsepower. So the higher horsepower your car had, the more tax you would pay. And so this car was intentionally made to have quite a low horsepower. This particular model has 10. That's 10 horsepower. There is a different version of it that has 7 horsepower. I think it's just great, and it speaks to Forza Horizon especially, that in one update we can introduce a car that has 1,600 horsepower and also a car that has 10.
Yeah.
And it feels at home here in the streets of Edinburgh as well.
It does.
Seems to work.
It fits in, doesn't it? So 0 to 60, it doesn't. You might need a really strong tailwind to get to 60, but generally speaking, it won't. You can go put some upgrades in there though and get it up there. This would have cost you in 1924, I think this version is, £155, which is about £9,000 in today's money.
So that's pretty affordable.
It is, it's pretty good. Has some pretty dope rims on there as well. But fresh off a bike.
Yeah.
Which was the style at the time.
I absolutely love
exactly. I'm sure once you go and upgrade it, this will be an absolute riot.
Yeah, definitely. And you can now use it in the challenge cars that you're making as well, so people can enjoy driving this car.
Yeah. So level 5 in your Super 7 progress gets you one of these, and the other one.
It's the Triumph TR7 Roadster. Yeah, so this is the 1979 TR7. It's a British sports car manufactured. It kind of started in Speke in Liverpool and kind of worked its way down to Coventry and then ended up in Solihull. It's got 92 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 12-ish seconds, and top speed of about 108 miles per hour. What I really like about this is that Triumph actually made a lot of revisions on the TR7. So this one, the 1979, was the first to have no roof as well, which is the model that we've got in game. This kind of benefited from just a better engine, a better performance. They actually, I think the design of this was called the wedge as well, which when you look at it, look, from that angle, you could definitely wedge a door shut.
lemon wedge.
It's like a cheese wedge.
It's like a cheese wedge, yeah. Someone make a challenge.
Make me
called
hungry.
the cheese wedge, please. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so this one had its fair share of rally championships as well. Kind of performed on the asphalt rallies, and that's where it did its best. It won a few, but it wasn't so great on sort of off-road gravel. But it definitely it's still been used in classic rally asphalt rallies now. So yeah, really, really cool car. And if you just pan the camera to the front, I love this. It's a bit. There's like the Triumph logo, really big and bold there as well, in between those two pop-up headlights. I just think there's like a real pride about the logo. It's like it's huge. It's huge and
looks dinner plate size logo.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Can't miss it.
Yeah, so that can be unlocked at level 7 within the Super 7. So yeah.
Great. So that's the 2 reward cards that you guys can get for Super 7. And Super 7 is part of the series update 30, which releases tomorrow. But we let a few people get in there ahead of time and create some challenges. And now we're going to put you guys to the test. So we've got a challenge here from our very own Alie Tacq. And one of you is going to have to try and beat it. Which one of you is going to brave it?
It will be me.
All right, okay. Very brave. Right, so I'm sure Alie's put together a very fair, nice challenge that, will be really easy and not at all frustrating. Let's find out, I suppose.
Get 2 air skills, Ford F-150 in less than 5 minutes. Okay.
2 air seems pretty straightforward.
2 air skills, yeah. I'm up for that.
That's pretty fair.
Okay. Alie, what have you got? Let's go.
If you do this really easily, he's just going to come back with something even meaner and harder, isn't he? So I'm quite looking forward to it.
Right, cool. I'm loving the outfit with the Rudolph nose.
Lovely.
Right, okay, what are we doing? Nice time of day, it's cool fireworks.
Oh, atmospheric. Can almost feel the crisp, cool autumn air.
It's very brave to make one in the festival site as well, because that's where a lot of the invisible walls are. Right. Oh, wow.
So probably worth mentioning, as you might have seen in a few of these, sometimes the driving line can really play against you.
Yeah.
We will be given an option to disable that in your challenge in a future update.
Ah, amazing.
Oh my goodness. So this is a totally new experience. A dino pit, great. There's the dinosaurs. Okay, I will follow this way. I have never seen. There's so many.
Yeah, a lot of fun with this.
Right. Okay. So that's a good example. That's a good example of a driving line working against you, which we'll be working on. Right. Slalom my way through this. We have some really cool stunt park ramps as well. They're huge, as you can see here. Just curving rounds, very nice use, little camber there. Right, let's go up here. I've already got my 2 air skills, so I just need to finish it now. And who would have thought that the festival stage has collision?
Yeah, I would have thought you just lost it.
Yeah, this is great. Good. Great use of the collision we didn't know was there.
Intentional design.
Yeah, as design. There you go. That's cool.
This is very cool.
Like it a lot. Well, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. I guess we'll quit. I'm not doing it again.
That's weird.
You did pretty well.
Weird. We'll fix that.
Yeah,
it will fix that. It's live. Great. Okay.
You got through all of the bits. You went up the difficult ramp in the very challenging car, and the round of applause just for that.
Yeah, it was cool. I think that's we've seen a few people make these kind of obstacle courses where things are kind of floating up, and again, it's an experience that is totally new, and you can create those. And I think that's what's really exciting. We've had people make mazes, first-person mazes. It's going to be really, really fun. I think
to celebrate your success in this challenge, we should perhaps give the community a reward, maybe a little festive gift.
Let's do that then. So. What did we say it was?
I believe you said, Dave, that it would be the 2006 Koenigsegg CCX.
CCX, yeah, that was it. There's so many, yeah. So everyone will get a 2006 Koenigsegg CCX, and you get one because I completed the challenge.
all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. All of you guys could expect to receive that in the coming days, so keep an eye on your message center for that. Well, as we've seen, there's a lot to explore. There's almost too much to talk about right now, and we can do an entire stream on this. And if you've been feeling the exact same way, then you should keep your eyes out for this. There we go.
Yes, that's right.
Stream.
It is the Super7 Super Show on December 10th. Not December 7th, which is today. We should probably thought that out. But yeah, we're going to be playing through the Super7, doing a deep dive on the feature, talking about it, playing other people's challenges. So a call to action for you is to go and make some challenges, go and have fun with Blueprint Builder, explore your creativity. We'll be finding the ones that, the best ones, and be playing them live on stream. Really looking forward to what you can all make. So update comes out tomorrow. Make sure you go check it out and create some challenge cards for the live stream on December 10th, which is 6 p.m. GMT and 10 a.m. PST.
How do they send the challenges to us?
It's share codes. So when you make a challenge, if you go to the one in the pause menu, you can hit challenge options and you can view the share code for your challenges.
But where do they send the share code?
To us.
Good job, everyone. Let's say Discord. If you go on the Forza Horizon 4 Discord, you could drop it in there, or tweet it at Forza Horizon, or tweet it at me, Flawless Cowboy, and we'll pick it up and we'll play them on the stream.
Good job you're here, Mike. just bailing me out left, right, and centre. Great. Yeah, so yeah, super excited.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys. We've announced Super7 on the 7th. It's the Super 7th of December. Thank you for joining us today, Mike and Dave. I hope you have a super show. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Up next, we have Hert of the infamous Hoonigan crew. He's here on the back of their new hit series, Hoonicorn versus the World. Let's have a little look at Hert in action.
Oh, God, terrible. Don't record this. This is nasty. Today, we're going to test out more power.
Honestly, the sheer joy from that video gives me so much energy. Welcome to the show, Hert. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm glad destruction gives you just as much pleasure as it gives me.
You look like you're having a blast out there. So, what is it you're doing? What's your role at Hoonigan?
My role, it's everyone's role is complicated. I like to go by the head of food and beverage, but I also do things like creative, editing, social media, directing, like just hat after hat after hat. It's something that we all do. We all just wear a bunch of hats. But if you had to put a title on it, senior content director or senior host, something like that,
Just do a bit of everything. Lots of talents, lots of skills. What's sort of like a typical day in your life then?
A typical day at Hoonigan ranges. One day it's all what you saw in that video, just pure chaos, just finding ways to destroy something because it all just fills our heart with joy. Other days we'll be sitting in meetings thinking about planning the next block of content that we're going to provide for you guys, or in a meeting for what's the next gymkhana or whatever it may be. We're just, it's either destruction or meetings or working on cars.
Okay. So like Hoonigan and Forza have quite a long history together, and as we saw earlier, the Ford Bronco now joins the Forza family. So how does it feel having all these vehicles that your team has built and has such a sort of personal history with available inside Forza?
I mean, to me, it's super close to home. I grew up playing Forza, so to now be able to play with my cars and my friends' cars in the game is just absolutely mind-blowing. So
cool.
The Bronco is a great addition. There might be a video on the internet where it looks like I catch that car on fire, but that's not true. And but to be able to keep adding vehicles like that one, along with my RX-7, Brian's Porsche, and his Nova, John's Tri-5, it seems like most of the people who play the game love the cars, and obviously for me, I love playing with my own car in my favorite racing game. So.
Spread the wealth. Speaking of videos, you guys have a new YouTube series out called Hoonigan versus the World. So can you sort of like describe what people might expect from the series if you haven't seen it?
I mean, all you can expect from the series is watching the Hoonicorn just mop everybody up. It just mops everybody up. That thing, like, that's always been my favorite cars before it was twin turbo and all that jazz. Like, if you love cars, if you love driving cars, then that machine just should hit you right in the chest because it's fantastic. So to get to see that car step out of its box and go drag racing and just show the sheer power and how just demonic that car actually is in a straight line is pretty awesome. It blew all of our minds. So, I mean,
I love hearing a car described as demonic.
That thing is insane. It's an absolute monster. Like, it's something that will terrorize your dreams. If you take that car and give it legs, it'll probably be very terrifying.
Well, I'm kind of scared now, but we do have a trailer, so I need to see this. Let's take a look.
All right.
Really putting it to the test. Well, a phrase we hear over and over again in the show is "this is Forza in real life." Like, what do you guys mean by that?
Just all right. So when I say it, what I mean by Forza in real life is, like I said, I grew up playing this game. So before I even knew how to drift, before I knew how to drive fast, before I knew how to do any of that stuff, I used to just do it in the game. And it was such an insane thing. You know, you build these wild cars with 800 horsepower and you slide them around in places that you never think you'd go. And then fast forward 10 years later, I'm a big boy with a big boy job and I have big boy cars now. And so anytime I get into one of my cars that makes 600 horsepower and I'm throwing it around the track, killing tires, it all just takes me back to Forza. I'm like, wow, I'm playing Forza in real life, you know. So that's what it means for me.
Yeah, you just get to recreate the sort of the chaos you can expect in Forza straight into, and that's amazing. I remember seeing one of the Hoonicorn videos actually about 6 or 7 years ago now, and being blown away by just how impressive it was. I've never seen anything like that before, so it's amazing as well that you can recreate that in a game these days.
It's only stuff that you would see in Forza, you know, and now we're doing this in real life. It's absolutely insane to me.
And like the car itself, the Hoonicorn is a very impressive and, as you say, demonic, scary machine. What is it like to see these cars in person every day?
It honestly is just a dream come true because I've always catered my life to the automotive industry. I always loved cars. I've always wanted to be a race car driver, drive race cars, drive fast cars, go drifting, et cetera, et cetera. And that just takes me back to the only way I got that feeling was in Forza. So to be living this life that I'm living now, I can't even, like, it's such a blessing that we're here today.
Yeah, I suppose when you're around it every day, it's hard to, like, that's just normal for you. It's just like, that's your day-to-day experience.
It's definitely become normal, but anytime you go to like the Hoonicorn versus the world and you just see that thing take off, it feels like a little kid again every time.
And I imagine seeing like fan reactions to that as well, where it kind of brings you back to maybe like when you first experienced that, like the wonder and amazing.
Yeah.
So,
it's fantastic.
Definitely. So where were you with Hoonigan when Ken built the original Hoonicorn?
So that was what, 2013, I think. is when it built. So I was probably about a year into the company. I'm 8 or 9 years in now. We were in a small shop in downtown LA. We called it the Donut Shop, and it was kind of our stepping stone, our first piece of growth. We kept all our cars there. We worked on our cars there, and then like Ken finished his Hoonigan, and we were preparing for Gymkhana 7 in LA. And I remember we were at the shop late one night. I was just starting to add a turbo to my V8 and my RX-7, and this truck pulls up with the Hoonigan truck on it, and it backs into our little crappy shop. And I'm just blown away that I'm standing next to this car, standing next to Ken Block, and I'm just like, what in the world brought me here? Like, how did this happen to me? To where I get to, I shot one of the first videos with that car. And not that that's just an experience for me, like something that I will never forget.
Yeah, have you ever actually had a chance to sort of drive it yourself?
No, he won't let me drive it.
Oh. I think my heart just broke a little bit.
Every day. I ask him every time I see him, but I also know who I am, so I understand why he wouldn't let me drive it.
It's his baby.
If you want to talk about demonic.
Okay, well, aside from that, what's your sort of favorite car, do you think, in the Hoonigan garage?
In the Hoonigan garage, that's a tough one. I mean, I have my cars there, and I love my cars so much. Scotto, his Napalm Nova is a wonderful vehicle. Even though it's been on nap time for a while, the Napalm Nova is still a wonderful vehicle. His Porsche 911 RWB is so cool too. I couldn't pick a favorite. I'm not good at picking favorites. You ask me what my favorite movie is, what my favorite food is. I just love so many things, and I put everything in different genres. So it's like all my favorite stuff is just up here, So I love my crew. I love our cars. I love what we do. So
I know exactly what you mean. I'm the exact same. Everything's got attributes, and it's really hard to say that attribute's better than that one because they're all awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So we spoke earlier about the Hoonigan versus the World series. How many episodes are remaining, and what have we got to look forward to in the final episodes?
So Hoonigan versus the World, I believe, has about 6 more episodes left. All bangers. And the one, so next week, a week from today, I think is when the next one drops. And it's honestly, I was there for all the races, but I wasn't there for this race. And it's the race of the Hoonigan versus Rob Dahm and his 4-rotor all-wheel drive custom built 5-year project Mazda RX-7. I haven't even seen it yet. I've seen the teaser. I think we might even have a teaser to show the people. But I think this is going to be the biggest episode because like you're taking a wild machine that you would only imagine in Forza and putting it against another wild machine that you would only imagine in the same game against each other. So,
well, you are absolutely right. We do actually have a preview of the episode, so let's take a look.
This is like a pretty special race. This car was built off of parts of the Hoonigan.
An homage?
Bit of an homage.
It makes me uncomfortable to say this to you guys. I actually called up some of the vendors pretending I work for Hoonigan.
Yo, I respect it.
By the way, no one else do that.
Yeah, don't do
Oh my God, came off. I think his fender came off.
I put down 1240.
1240. Wow. Oh my God.
What? Yeah. I'm so sad I wasn't there that day. Yeah, it's
you can tell me that every single day of filming's like that. That looks a bit special.
Yeah, we've been doing this together for a long time, and it's just the vibe that we bring when we're all together is just fantastic. It's such a good time working with these guys, making this content, and hopefully we get to do it for a long time coming.
It looks like you have a fantastic team. But thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, Hert, and give your best to the crew. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store for us.
Absolutely. Right, well, up next we have Alie Tacq with the esports update right after this. Time once again for the esports update. So we welcome Alie Tacq back to the show. Hello.
Hey, Leah. How you doing?
Good. I am good. How are you doing?
So, I think I've lost you on your voice, Leah. But I was watching this week, and the Level Up Showdown looked like it was doing pretty well. I think you were taking part in that.
Can you hear me now?
I got you back again. I think. Can you hear me, Leah? Yeah.
I can hear you. Okay.
I got you now. So
okay, great, excellent.
I was watching watching a little bit of Twitch this last month, and I saw you racing in the Level Up Showdown. You did pretty good. You smashed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to do it's like a bunch of different games, and Forza Motorsport was one of them. And I have played a little bit, you know, I've played some for Fordzilla and other sort of things. But I wasn't too confident because, you know, I'm not generally the best at racing games. But as it turns out, I won 2 of the 3 of the races. So I will, that's a personal victory.
It was awesome. Actually, you were racing at Watkins Glen when I tuned in. It was like just in another league, just out there, smashing it. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, just easy driving, straight in the front, no competition.
That's it. That's
That's the only esports update of this month. It's just me. I came first twice. Back it up.
You had to lead with the top story. Something that just happened this last weekend, we haven't got highlights for it just yet, is the Tourer 8 Hours of Indianapolis. I want to say a big congratulations to the ESB Andromeda team for taking the top prize. That's Hydra, as always, it's the Hydra report. And also he's teamed up with the ESV Moshies. So those two did sweet together. In the GT class, it was the Spoons team. That's Krav, Mitch, Zoom, and Bokit. Who all did a good job in there to take victory in the GT class. So a really big race, a massive competition. It just went down this last weekend, so we don't have any highlights for it. Maybe next month we'll pick some up.
Hey, excellent. Well, that's that speed run of last month's esports news.
Exactly.
But you've got something going on in December, though, right?
Shameless self-promotion, yeah, strap in. So we've got a cool event coming up. I was talking to my buddy Melish, and we were saying what we might like to do, what fun thing we could do racing-wise, and we came up with the NASCravaganza, which is our it's our 3-race event. Right, NASCARs going around ovals. That's kind of, we felt like there was like a visceral thing happening there. You know, once you see NASCARs on ovals, life is good. And it's going to be 3 races. Knockout competition, 20 cars in each race. I think we're going to start cars 3 wide as well, just because it's better that way, just because it makes it more terrifying.
Yeah, a bit chaos, why not?
A bit of chaos, you have to have it. And then up, the winners of each of the semi-heats will go into the final. We'll have 3 races in the night. We'll find ourselves a winner, and that winner can be the NASCravaganza champion.
It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
I was kind of hoping I might be able to find one long word to combine the whole thing, but I haven't got there yet. I'm still working on it. Work in progress. For sure. We'll get by the end of the show. We'll get it. That's on the 18th of December. You guys can sign up by following the link there. That's deltaonlineracing.co.uk. Big thank you to the guys from Delta who listened to me and Melish's weird idea and went like, okay, let's give it a try.
There you go. NASCARavaganza on the 18th. You can test your metal on the 3-car lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to seeing the highlights of that next month, I have to say. Right, so last month we were entering the final stage of Joseph Newgarden's #Team JN Bounty Hunter. He was kind enough to send in a little video recap, so let's take a look at what Joseph has to say.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to put together a quick video saying thank you so much again for taking part in this year's Team JN Bounty Hunter Challenge. This year was pretty exciting. We had 4 total events. I had a blast being able to spread that across basically a month and a half time. And you guys did an amazing job. There was a lot of great participation. There were some super cool liveries that we were able to make, especially the one with Brett King, based off my helmet livery, which I really enjoyed. That was my favorite one. And probably my favorite event was the final event, you know, just to kind of sum everything up. I thought it was really cool to drive a stock car at Long Beach. I thought that would be really cool in real life if we were able to do that. It was also the most competitive event. There was a lot of people involved in it. I didn't score as well in that one. I think I was able to get into like the top 25 in most of them. But there were some really good times from people that are, you know, very good at Forza, spent a lot of time on the game and know their stuff. So I definitely learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We also have another really cool event coming up with Forza. I'm not going to give away all the details, but you guys should stay tuned. It's going to be another super fun challenge, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy trying to go to battle with some of the people involved. So stay tuned for that and have a great winter.
It's so cool just to have like a 2-times IndyCar champion playing Forza Motorsport alongside us. It's like amazing. And he's so nice. He's just lovely.
It's crazy how like modest as well. Like every single Rivals event he was talking about there, he was like top 1%, top 100 in the world. And he's like, I'm so slow. There are people faster than me.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it. Let's do it.
I wish I was that fast. I wish I could do that. So it was, it's awesome to have him out racing again. We're going to be starting off. It's called the Game Pass Cup. We're going to be kicking it off very soon. I'm looking forward to seeing this one start up. You can see the first round there will be, I think, Joseph with a return to form, taking us on a Rivals event, and we can bounty hunt against him. And there'll be various other people, including myself, one of them, doing some bounty hunters as well for the rest of the event. Sorry, I've got the picture over here. That's why I keep on looking over there. So I can't see what I was talking about. So it's going to be a good event. Lots of different cars, lots of different tracks. And I think, as always, if you win yourself if you beat the bounty hunter, then you get yourself special prizes and things like that. All on Forza Motorsport 7.
Very cool. And then we've got a few other things happening next month as well, haven't we?
Hey, yeah, we've got the esports look ahead calendar that we can check out. Lots of cool things happening, as you say. FTC Racing with the 80s Holy Trinity event. XM Gaming, we've got a bit of a feature on them right now. They're doing some really cool events, especially through the Christmas period. So I think it's time to get on board with XM Gaming Racing Series. You can check out their Discord, and especially if you want to sort of have some races that you can get involved with between Christmas and New Year, which is always a little bit of a dead period for kind of anything that's organized. Delta Online Racing, there it is, the NASCARavaganza. I don't get tired of seeing that all spelt out like that.
It's an experience for the eyes.
Yeah, that's the majority of the experience. The final event there is, of course, the Tourer Cayman GT4 Cup. They've been doing an awesome job with that series, and it's cool to see how that's been going. Looking forward to how that progresses throughout December.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for that esports update, Alie. We will see you next time. Goodbye. And good luck with your NASCARavaganza. Can't say it. Well, coming up next, we're going to be shining the community spotlight on a growing Forza Horizon 4 content creator. Here's a preview of Ash in action.
I'm getting away from here, chat. Holy double backflip in chat, bro! Clip it! Let's go, baby! Double backflip in chat, bro.
Hello, Ash. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
I am good, thank you. That was an impressive bit of skill there. Was that planned or just completely off the
That
cuff?
was not planned at all. That was like straight up, just like out of the blue. That was crazy. Chat went nuts with that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, how can you not with that energy? You know, you're
Oh, it's
thrilled.
crazy.
So why don't you start by telling us all here a little bit about sort of where you're from and what it is that you do?
So my name is Ash. I'm a Forza content creator on Twitch and YouTube. I live in Wales. I've been on Twitch for about 4 months now, around about that, and exclusively streamed Forza the whole time. So it's been fantastic. It really has.
So when did it start for you with Forza, and like how did you get into streaming Forza Horizon 4?
I've just always loved the Forza Horizon, the series itself. It's been always a go-to game for me. When I first played the game, I just clicked with it instantly. It's just so interactive. When I first came over to Twitch, I did stream Fortnite for like about a month. But Forza's just been 7 days a week content, 7 days a week streaming. It's just so fun. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, so like, how's it been going? Because now you exclusively stream Forza Horizon 4, don't you? So like,
I do,
that?
yeah. The channel growth has been insane since we moved over to Twitch. I think we're on about 1K people a month just tuning into the stream and dropping a follow and hanging out. The fan base is amazing. The community itself is just fantastic. It's just love and support day in, day out. The game itself is really interactive as well. It's just like brand new stuff each week. So yeah, there's always new content. There's so much to do and I just never get bored of it. I can sit here for like 3-4 hours and just stream it easily.
I know, every time I'm on Forza Monthly, I'm looking at the sort of the schedule that they're adding to the game that month, and there's so much every month.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
so we've had quite a few sort of content creators here in the community spotlight, and everyone builds like their own community. Everyone's got their own flavor. So what would you say is the sort of flavor for your community?
We're all about like positivity and good vibes. Like it's just what we're all about. I've got an emote for it. You could probably see in the chat that people are just going crazy. I'm just trying to build a place where people just relax and hang out together and just enjoy cars. It's not even about the cars either. It's just general conversation and networking with people, just enjoying. I try to get everybody involved as much as I can. So we've kind of filtered out the lobbies. Obviously there's 12 people in a game, so we try and get 12 people in like every hour or so forth. Yeah, just building a really great community.
That's what streaming's about, using the game and all the things that happen in the game to create an atmosphere and get a lovely community around it. So let's say like tomorrow we tune into your streams. What are we expecting to see?
I create new content every day, so it's not the same every single day. So we'll do kind of like car meets, and then we'll do like drifting. We'll do rating people's cars. I keep it fun and fresh. I upload every single day. I stream every single day. The festival playlist brings new content each day. So we get people into like kind of online races, online trial events, different races. Like I said, rating people's cars. I also do the Will It Stance series on my YouTube channel, where we get the kind of like craziest or Japanese muscle cars, you name it. All types of cars are on there, and we record it with the people in chat while I'm live at the same time. So it's really interactive.
Okay, well, speaking of, we actually do have a clip of one of your Will It Stance segments. So let's take a look at that.
Fantastic.
Yo, what is up, you beautiful people? It is your boy Ash, and we are back with another daily upload. Today we have the Will It Stance series that we do on my YouTube channel. If you don't know what it is, what we do is build stanced out cars from off-road, American muscle, JDM cars, Italian cars, German cars, you name it. We try and stance them out as low as possible. So if you do enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you guys on the next part. I love you. And we have 10 or 11 supercars here ready to be voted by you on YouTube to see who's gonna win. If you don't say I win, yeah. But let's get into this, man. We're gonna start with the Audi on the left hand side and make our way around to the Porsche on the right hand side. So, and I'll show you guys names at the end, okay? So you know whose cars they are. It's low as well, man. It's stanced out, man. It's big stanced out. Oof. Okay, what we got next? We have a Ford GT. Okay. That is stanced out, though. Okay, what we got next? What's this? Is that a Maserati? Yeah, it is, yeah. Maserati, okay. I see. Hey, next time, make sure you clean your cars, boys. Alright? Okay, what we got next? We have a McLaren 650S. Now, my opinion, I love this car, but you could have picked a better wrap, man. Like, this is low, bro. This is low, bro. Like, holy.
So, I'm ashamed to admit, that's the first time I've heard the phrase stanced out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like just getting your cars as low as possible, and like that was a supercar version. We've done ones with like off-road cars and like really high up like Jeeps. It's crazy. It gets amazing.
Yeah, slightly counterintuitive when you're trying to walk over those rocks, I guess.
Yeah.
Completely low Jeep.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you actually occasionally have a co-host on your streams as
I
well. We
do
actually have a clip of
indeed.
that.
I
Okay.
do.
Let's have a look.
Right, you want to have a go? You want to say hi, guys, first?
Hi, guys.
Good girl. Right, then. You're going to have a try and drift in with Daddy. Ready? Daddy, do the pedals for you, okay?
Oh.
This one. Don't touch this one. This one, there you go.
I think that was probably my reaction when I first drifted as well. Just delighted scream.
Oh, she's fantastic. Honestly, she's amazing. She loves getting herself on stream.
She's
she loves
adorable.
getting involved. Yeah, she'll start screaming in the mic for just no reason, and yeah, she'll sit here and play with me. She'll play with the keyboard, or she'll do drifting.
Aww.
Yeah, she absolutely loves it. She's adorable. She's the main reason why I do all this stuff as well.
Oh, and it's a nice opportunity as well to introduce her to the world of cars and video games
It is, yeah.
at the same
It
time.
is, yeah. Yeah, she loves cars as well. Loves her cars.
Well, I'm glad to see that your hustle is paying off. We could always use more positivity and good vibes online. But before we go, can you tell everyone where they can find more of your content?
Yes, so I stream 7 days a week on Twitch. If you want to come over to my Twitch, it is twitch.tv/AZHBRUH. And I daily upload on YouTube. If you want to just search Ash Forza Horizon 4 on YouTube, all my videos will come up. Or if you just want to go to the link, it is youtube.com/ASHBRUHH.
Hey, strong. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Ash, have a fantastic evening. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Absolutely. And if you know someone in the community who you think deserves to be shown in the community spotlight on Forza Monthly, then you can actually nominate them yourselves at aka.ms/Forza Spotlight. So feel free to nominate them and they might be here next month. And that is the end of our December edition of Forza Monthly. We'll be back in 2021, but you can always get your Forza fix on Twitch every single day of the week. Let's check out the streaming calendar for this week. As you can see, an absolutely packed schedule, and you especially don't want to miss the Forza Horizon 4 Super7 Super Show, hosted by Playground Games this Thursday, December the 10th. It will start at 10 a.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. if you're here in the UK like me, so make sure to mark your calendars. And starting December 14th, Hot Wheels takes over the streets of Miami. The Forza Street Special event ends on January the 10th, so don't miss your chance to add these iconic Hot Wheels cars to your collection. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show today, and a huge thank you to our guests for joining us as well. Johnny Warner is up next with Daily Driver, so do stick around on the channel, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.